This is some really nasty drama that we have to discuss. And I don't take any pleasure in discussing this. This is nasty work. So, Joe Budden is in some controversy again, and the controversy stems around an ongoing friendship with this chick called Rocky that he known now for probably over 2 decades. They've been on and off friends for about 2 decades, but their most recent friendship breakup took place in 2019 when Rocky was asked to step in the middle to mediate things between Joe Budden and his baby mama Sin. However, the mediation went horribly wrong.
Basically, I'm the that got away, Flacco.
He's gone.
I'm the one girl he was never able to touch. That's it. That's the long and short of it. We got to the last episode to which he apologized publicly. Which took some time. We actually had to take about a month and some change off from filming because it really was beef. He put his hands on me. But I forgave him because he was on drugs. Because the beginning, right before we started filming, the mother popped 3 Mollies. So I forgave him for that. We moved forward with a friendship, one-sided for the most part, because as I've always said, he does not know how to be a friend to anyone, not even himself. Years and years and years pass, and the very last infraction involves someone else, a young lady who I will not mention, who was in dire desperation of my help. And I chose to step in and help her. And that was all it took for him to try to step on my name, put smut on my back, because the details of that event alone is crushing. So he chooses to try to crush me first.
I do want to preface before we even continue. This is a one-sided allegation. This is their side of things, not Joe's side. So we won't know the truth unless we actually got the evidence or Joe Budden gives his side of the story, all right? But nonetheless, though, so Rocky will say that she had to step in. Now, the person that she had to step in because they needed her help, that's Sin, Joel's baby mama. Now, Rocky will provide text messages about 5 years ago where she would show Joe asking her to step in to mediate a transition period between him and Sin. Joe asked Rocky to mediate a situation where Sin would be able to come back to his home, gather all her belongings, and move out successfully without any incident. And he called on Rocky because Rocky was a mutual friend between Joe and Sin. And, Rocky would also get involved in certain things that ultimately led to, I believe, Joe Budden and her having a fallout because apparently lawyers was getting involved, things was getting messy, Rocky was being dragged into it. So it got messy altogether. But Joe Budden and Rocky was still fake cool until an audio got leaked of Joe Budden and Sin on the phone. Now, according to Joe Budden, only 2 people have possession of this audio, Sin and Rocky.
I have a family.
You do have a family, and eventually these things will get sorted out, and everything will be fine. But me and you have nothing here anymore.
I try not to be the guy to just start stalking you and just popping up, so we could at least have a face-to-face conversation at some point. Like
we're talking.
So you know what I mean? Come on, man. Come on, cut this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like stop.
Oh, you want me to? You mean in person, so you could chase me again and drag me? I'm good.
Sin? Oh, I didn't know it was there. I didn't know it was there.
Oh yeah, we're there.
I dragged you. I laid a hand on you and dragged you where?
What?
Where did I drag you, Sam?
You must have been drunk still, right?
No, I was not drunk. I'm very aware of what was happening.
Joseph Anthony Budden Jr. Joseph Anthony Budden Jr. Let's not play these games.
Either Joe didn't drag Sin and Joe is being framed, or Joe knew, you trying to record me, shorty. That ain't happening. All right? But nonetheless, though, that was the only parts of the call that we heard. We didn't hear any further, and Joe never really admitted to anything, but Sin was accusing Joe of doing certain things. Well, that call Now, listen, usually when somebody is recording a conversation between you and them, the purpose is that conversation is going to get out. So one would say probably Sin did it, but nonetheless, though, Joe would accuse Rocky of being the one that released that audio because I believe at the time Rocky was involved with Sin in terms of music management or whatever. So Joe was looking at Rocky as the mastermind behind all of this.
When the only person who possibly had these papers and this phone call, which is Rocky, leaked this stuff. I'm not certain if somebody's paying her. I don't know who's on the squad. I don't know shit. But when she leaked these things, I thought it would be best for me to shut up and actually let Sin speak to my character, speak to the man that I am, speak to the father I am.
Rocky denied this. Rocky said that Joe Budden is out of his mind. He's framing her. She had nothing to do with this. But for the most part, because of this, they've been beefing ever since 2019. And it's been intense beef. However, with the introduction of Twitter Spaces, they've been forced to interact. They've been forced to see each other because Joe Budden has a community on Twitter, right? People like Danny from The Stop and others cover Joe Budden content. These people do like 6-hour live streams every night talking about Joe Budden. On Twitter Spaces, Rocky has been known to frequent those rooms. Joe Budden also frequent those rooms. So because they frequent those rooms together, their path has been crossing. But today, Joe decided that he was finally gonna get spicy. All right, that he finally wanted to confront Rocky and all the chatter. Because this week, particularly, Rocky has been dropping screenshots, have been dropping various communications between her and Joe Budden, showcasing Joe being a little flirt towards Rocky. So Joe wanted to dispel all the accusations that he had a crush on Rocky or he was trying to hit Rocky.
Years now. Nothing's I tried to
What?
hold your ass
Yanking?
down
Okay,
for
enough is enough now.
years.
Rocky, when you was around, you was the bitch hips, no ass, nobody
But
looked
you're
at like that
deflecting. You're
because you
going
didn't
someplace
have no
else with it.
body.
No, we're going
Wait,
someplace
hold
else
up,
with
because
it.
you're not going to keep talking like
You're going someplace
fucking
else with it. Now
Marilyn
we
Monroe
can
out this
get to
bitch.
that.
Rocky,
We can
nobody
get
in
to
this
that.
crew
We
wanted
can
you.
also get to that.
Nobody in this crew
No,
wanted
no,
you.
no, no.
Not
We can
one
get to that.
soul
We can get to
in this
that.
crew
We can get
ever,
to that.
not one day or
But
minute,
who did I want,
wanted
Joe? Who
you.
did I ever
So
want,
stick
Joe?
to
That
your
wasn't the. No, you're
rebrand and
deflecting.
stop it.
You're deflecting once again. That's not the topic we was on, but I'll answer that and then I'll get back to what I was saying. Whether anybody wanted me there or not, it's neither here nor there because that wasn't the relationship I had with
It's
Joe.
here and there.
It's not. That was not the.
Why
No,
you
no, no, no.
keep
Stop trying
talking
to
like
talk
you
over
was
me.
running around
Stop
like super
trying to
baddie
talk
bitch?
over
Nobody
me.
looked at you like
No
that.
one. Listen to me. You're saying no.
Nobody
You're
ever
saying
wanted to
listen.
fuck. Nobody ever tried to
That's
jerk
fine.
off to you.
That's
Nobody
fine.
ever
That's
invited you to
fine.
none of the
Joe,
sexy
that's
turn
fine.
up orgy type. That was not it. Stop lying to these
Joseph.
goofy.
Joe Budden has made more millions than I've made thousands. So Joe Budden and his caliber of women is clearly out of my league. I'll be real, bruh. Rocky is a bat. Listen, Rocky is she's Dominican, I believe, but she still looks exotic for some reason. Like she's Dominican, but she still looks like she's like Mediterranean, Middle Eastern with a hint of Hispanic. Bruh, thick. Rocky is bad, but again, Rocky probably looks good for my caliber of women, but to Joe Budden, he messed with the top. So Rocky probably is just a regular chick to him, right? But this is where the nasty part kicks in, okay? So after Joe Budden, I guess, tried to downplay Rocky's looks, how good she looks, Rocky then begins to make accusations towards Joe Budden. Rocky would accuse Joe Budden of doing something very nasty and damn near predatory.
So that's cool. But if we're gonna act like every time I came out the bathroom, you wasn't sitting on the floor beating your fucking dick, I had to walk past your nasty ass. Yeah. Let's not fucking play now. Because
Rocky,
every time you come in this mother lies, I'm gonna take this shit to the real too. I be trying to hold your little nasty
Okay,
ass down.
newsflash to this room full of
Newsflash,
goofies.
nothing. The mother
I
about
beat
a
my dick.
lube
Wait, watch your
everywhere
mouth.
he goes.
Nobody
If
is
I went
ever
to the
looking
bathroom,
at
the
you.
mother beat his
That's the
motherfucking
point here.
dick. If I'm
Nobody
in the fucking
look
bed,
at
the mother try to sleepwalk in the
no
fucking bed
day,
and grab a
any
fucking
day,
titty.
nowhere like
Knock
that.
it
Stop
off,
that.
Joe.
Fabulous looked at her.
I don't know if Joe meant this to sound this way, but when he says, newsflash, I beat my meat, but I wasn't beating my meat to you. and her accusation was she walked out the bathroom door and you was there beating your meat. It sounds like, yes, I was doing it, but I wasn't doing it to you. I was just doing it in general. When maybe he meant I was in my room beating my meat. You walked past my room, you see me doing it, and you maybe thought I left the door open on purpose. I don't know, but no, that's not the case. But how it sounded bad. But maybe if that's what he meant, hey, bro, the door was just open. I was beating it. I wasn't paying attention to you, bro. I was just pleasing myself. It had nothing to do with you. Now, she would also make an accusation that Joe would sleepwalk into her room and try to grab, her chest. Now, hey, man. Hey, man. Hey, listen, man. Joe Budden may have figured out the code to life, homie. Joe Budden may have just given the method out, bruh, to a lot of people who's not Flacco, a lot of people out there who might have similar diabolical plans, bruh. The method is undefeated. You can defeat this method, bruh. The sleepwalking method. Get diagnosed for sleepwalking at some point in your life, all right? And now you could damn near do whatever you want to do. Strip, go to another room, try to grab something. If I'm trying to grab something, hey, I was sleepwalking, bro. I know what I was doing. Joe Budden may have just dropped the method of all methods, bro. Hey, bro, I shot an op. Oh, I was sleepwalking. I can't believe I just killed him. I was sleepwalking. Joe may have just given us the method to life that we never thought about. This is no. This is great.
Travis was looking at it.
Then why she don't talk about that every
Why
day
come
for
in
the
the
next
room
5
with me
years?
and address me though? And my bigger question to you is, since you want to keep projecting this bullshit,
I'm done answering
of course you
questions.
are, because you get caught
But
up in
you
your
gotta
lies.
stop talking
You
like
get
you
caught up
was
in your
ever cute
lies
over there.
and you start deflecting.
You wasn't cute.
You start, bitch, been cute, mother.
You just got cute.
You on camera calling
You
me cute.
just
You
got
know I was
cute.
fucking cute. If
You ran
not
over there
getting
when you got your
off,
veneers done. We was happy
say
for you,
what?
girl. We was there.
Say what? You
We was
bitch,
happy for you when you went and got all that shit. Hey,
got
girl,
what
okay,
shit?
look at you.
Got what shit? Your bitch shit. Be clear. Your bitch was a little nip and tuck.
Rocky, you can't hold a candle to my
Another
bitch. You
round.
should never say my name again. You can't
Another
hold a
round.
candle to
Oh,
my
That is
bitch.
not. We
Hold
can
up
take a
now.
vote. We can take a vote.
Hey,
I wipe
you
a
should
few of them
stick to the
down.
rivers
I
and the
wipe a
lakes
few
that
of them
you used to.
down.
You can't hold
I
a
wipe a
candle
few
to
of
my
them
bitch. Stop.
down.
We're not even gonna do that.
I wiped
We're not
a
even
few
gonna do
of them
that.
down.
Stop. Let's not do that.
But we're not gonna do that. We can lay off that. But stop fucking with me. Stop with the bullshit and stop with the lies.
Like, you keep doing your little
Here's
sister
the thing. Here's
wife
the thing.
pop
You can
up and
make this
sell
shit
it
so
gig.
fucking
Don't talk
easy
about,
where
don't,
you could tell
like,
the
let's
truth,
stop.
but instead you want to keep on projecting this fantasy weird shit on me. And you want to talk about somebody who got ass mother dick about 4 fucking inches until you started pumping that
Oh,
shit
bro,
up.
who
If
cares?
you don't shut the fuck
Why
up,
it's
that shit
not
was
your
all over the fucking
business?
net.
My dick is not your
Your dick
business.
has been all over the mother nigga. Every
It's
time I came out the
still
fucking
not your
bathroom, your ass
business,
had your dick
girl.
in your hand.
It could be the smallest, it could be
It
the
is that
smallest little
though.
time.
It is that.
It's
It
still
is
not your
that. It's
business.
not. It would never be. I would never want it to be. That is the point. That is the only point I've ever tried making for years.
yeah, this is where I click off. I'll be real with y'all, bruh. Once I start hearing about another man meat size, I'm no longer interested in that conversation. Okay, I don't want no parts of that conversation. I don't want to hear any more. All right. Now, do I think that Joe Budden is actually using a pump? I don't even want to have that conversation. All right. Y'all just let me know. Do you guys believe that Joe Budden was sitting at that bathroom door, jerking his meat or sleepwalking to touch on her chest? Do y'all believe these accusations, man? All right. Do y'all believe that Joe Budden put hands on Rocky and whooped her? Let me know, okay? All right. Y'all, at this point, it's a he said, she said, and we just gotta, based on those two people's characters, you make an assessment. So y'all let me know in the comment section. Y'all believe these accusations? All right, and if you're still watching, man, click on this video here somewhere on my screen to find out how this dummy successfully ruined his life, and now it's all officially over. Click on this video right here to find out what I'm talking about. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.